Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome. Your Fielder's Choice College Basketball DFS pre-lock live. Early lock tonight, 6:30. So that's why we came on at 5:30 tonight. Pete Cole here. I am solo. So we're going to try to work through this pretty quickly. Since we had the early lock, we can make up some lineups. So I'll try to get out of here in probably like 35, 40 minutes. Welcome anybody that's showing up. Anybody's going to watch on demand afterwards. But yourfielderschoice.com. Check us out. Small sports is our specialty. We've been rocking college sports, tennis, golf, all that good stuff. And plus, NBA, NHL, and as our flagship sports. But it's Tuesday night, big ass college basketball slate. So we have, I can't remember how many games now. We have 3, 6, I think we have 11 games. First game starts at 6:30, which is a big one with Alabama, Georgia, and then go all the way tonight to 11 o'clock, which is probably the game to slate, Arizona, UCLA. I know a lot of people like playing hammer players, some hammer games, so we got to actually have a really good game there to put some hammer players in. But what we're going to do is go through each game really quickly. It's kind of just going to give you just some basic thoughts on the game, my top plays, my top cash GPP plays at the end, maybe give a core, cash core, some top GPP plays, and then get out of here. If you guys have any questions, go to the chat room on YouTube. You can ask them there. I'll try to pay attention there. Also, if you're in our Discord, just throw some questions in the general room. I'll try to check them out there. Also, if you guys see any news tonight, if I don't mention it, try to throw it in the YouTube chat so we can all share it. Because I guess that's the first thing. We do have some waiting for some definite news, especially for Tuesday night, a big slate. The Bama guys, looks like Juwan Gary is questionable, but that's not a big deal. Illinois' Kofi, it's a really big deal. If Kofi's out, we have some value. It was a BBB. It's dirt minimum price. Also, we have Curbelo with the flu. We're not sure if he's going to play. Baylor, we got SoCan. We got Arizona. We're not sure about Tuba Levis. Now it looks like he may play. We're seeing tweets out there that he's actually got a lot of wrapping on, so he may play. So I may downgrade some players. And then who else? Kentucky, Ty. It looks like now Ty is out, which gives upgrade a couple players that we'll mention as we go along. And I think that's it. I might have missed somebody. Oh, Duke. Duke's the other one, Trevor Keels. If Trevor Keels is out, which I think they're training toward out, that's definitely going to upgrade a couple guys like Wendell Moore, Roach, and all those guys. All right, but we'll go through it through each game. Once again, if you have any questions, throw them in the YouTube chat. All right, so let's go to the first game of the night. 6:30 starts in less than an hour. We got Alabama traveling to Georgia. Georgia is a terrible defense, terrible interior defense. Right now, Alabama is favored by 14.5. The over-under is 158. That actually may be the highest over-under on the slate. It is. Alabama actually has the highest implied. Most of the day, I've been saying I want to get a piece of Alabama team in my lineup. It's going to tough, though, but you're not sure which one to use. But Alabama right now is at the number 19, Justin Pace at 73.11. And Georgia's got the 317th adjusted pace at 121 at 69.65. But they're going to be running. So if you're playing, definitely if you want, go with Bama. The problem is you got 3 guys here. You got Shackelford, Keon Ellis, and Javon Quinterly, all around the same price, all between $76,000 and $8,000. All great GPP plays. The problem is you never know which one's going to go off for a cash game. I'm kind of leaning probably towards Keon Ellis, because I think he's probably the best rim scorer on the team. He's also Shackelford is $100 more expensive. But any of those guys, you can throw them in your cash, a little risky, but definitely all these guys you can play in GPPs. Especially with the team total. Shackelford plays 30. Cornerly has now moved to 6-man because J.D. Davidson is now starting 5-5. J.D. Davidson is the one play you can use in cash tonight at $5,500. He's not shooting it as much, but definitely said Georgia is one of the worst interior defenses in the nation. Davidson can get in there, definitely get you probably 25 DK points, maybe 30. We were assuming they're going to go with a 4-guard lineup tonight. So if I'm using anybody in cash, it may be the cheapie with J.D. Davis at $5,500. Anybody else? Maybe Noah Gurley. He's only $3,100, but he's off the bench. You never know what's going to happen with him, but you definitely can take a shot at him on GPPs, but he's so cheap. But once again, Alabama looking at JD Davidson in cash, and I'd probably leave Ellis, Shackelford, and Quinterly for GBPs. But stack this game if you want. All those guys are great GBP plays. One of them can nuke the slate. On the Georgia end, actually, I do like Braylon Bridges at 5'9". He's the only one I would actually probably even look for on the Georgia end, because now Bama is not exactly the greatest, not have the greatest interior defense either. And if anybody is going to get there, it could be Bridges, possibly even use him in cash at 5'9". So I was just pulling up his rates for his last 5, and he's actually been pretty solid. Actually, I have him in my playbook today. And let me see, his last 5, he's averaging 27 DK points a game. Best game actually was against Auburn, where he had 6 rebounds and 6 assists, 11 points. So he's got an 8.6% offensive rebounding rate. It's going to help against that Alabama interior defense. So if you're going to use anybody from Georgia, Braylon Bridges is not a bad play at 5'9". Not a bad play at all, really. Anybody else on that team is definitely a GBP only, and I probably won't even be playing those guys in GBP. Maybe Aaron Cook at 6'1". I mean, he gets 30-plus minutes. He gets assists, but he's not shooting the ball. So pretty much only Braylon Bridges. So in this game, JD Davidson's a cash play. Braylon Bridges is borderline cash. All right, next game on the slate we're going to is the Illinois game. Michigan traveling to Illinois. Illinois is a 4.5-point favorite. 142 over under. Probably more of a middling over under today. Illinois number 15 offense, efficient offense in the nation. 113.59. They're going against Michigan. I don't usually like the mess of Michigan State. Anybody in this game we're looking at? Nobody in Michigan State side. Gabe Brown, he's just a shooter. If he doesn't shoot or make his shots, he's not going to do anything for us. GBP. Nobody from Michigan State. Illinois, of course, if Kofi plays, you can play him, but he's coming off that concussion protocol. Everything I'm seeing is pointing toward him not playing. So even if he does play, we think he's probably going to be limited. So I'm not going to pay $9K for Kofi. So we want to monitor that. I haven't seen anything recently on Kofi. So if any of you guys see anything on Illinois game, throw it out here in the chat, please. All right. What's up, Walter Riddell? All right, so Kofi doesn't play, and I may be crazy stupid here. I did this experiment Friday, but Benjamin Bosman's Bird Don't at 3K, to me, comes in play in cash and cash only. The reason being, he's probably going to catch some ownership, and you get a guy at 3K that's going to go 24 minutes. I think you almost got to start looking at playing him. I mean, what did he do Friday night when Kofi didn't play? And I ended up going to him when Coleman actually didn't start. He played 24 minutes. He grabbed the 1 rebound, had 11 DK fantasy points. And he ended up, I think, scoring 6 points. But once again, in cash, you could probably go with him there at that price. Hopefully he gets you 15, 20 DK fantasy points at 3K, makes 5 times his value, and then you could probably price up for the player. I definitely wouldn't use him in GBP. Go somewhere else in leverage, but in cash games, you can probably use BBV. Benjamin Bosman's Verdonk. Anybody else there, to me, GBP plays. Of course, Alfonso Plummer, always GBP play, 6,100. He's a shooter. No peripherals at all. He actually was coming through a little bit peripherals for a couple games there, but he's back down to, the normal Alfonso Plummer. But if he gets hot, he can nuke also. So in this game, BBV, 3K, that could definitely be a cash, punt, dart, whatever you want to call it, value. And on the other side, nothing from Michigan State in cash games. All right, like I said, moving along quickly. We have cash at lock at 6:30, bunch of games. But if you have any questions, throw them in there. Next game we got is Clemson Duke. Kind of like this game. So we got Clemson traveling to Duke. Duke's 11.5-point favorite, 145.5 over under. Duke's right now the number 6 offense in the nation. Clemson, not bad, 43rd offense in the nation. Actually, Clemson could be a sneaky team here. If we're looking at any players I'm looking for in this game. I love PJ Hall. I'm a PJ Hall guy. I'm not saying I'm gonna use him in my main lineup. If I'm making 2 or 3 lineups, I always like to throw PJ Hall in there. I mean, his rates have gone down a little bit, but if they're gonna hang with Duke, they need PJ Hall here. Another player for Clemson, I actually threw him in my playbook today, Chase Hunter at 3K. Now, Hunter actually got his first start last game and didn't do bad. I think he played like 30 minutes. He played 31 minutes, scored 13 points against Pitt, 26 DK fantasy points. He may not get that every game, but if you got a guy that's starting and Duke is not a great matchup at 3K, playing 30 minutes, you got to pay attention to that. So it may come down to, do you want to play Chase Hunter at 3K or do you want to play BBV, who may get you 1 rebound? Probably BBV for the upside, but don't sleep on Chase Hunter tonight at that really low price of 3K as long as he starts. On the Duke side, Wendell Moore is dropped all the way down to 7-3. And I'm liking Wendell Moore more and more as the day goes on. Now, especially if Keels is out. Now, I haven't heard anything confirmed yet on Keels. I haven't seen any news yet. But if Keels is out, I may end up moving Wendell Moore toward, if I'm making a main or alternate lineup, I may end up moving Wendell Moore in there. Like the price 7-3. Paolo Banchero, 9-2. He can be in your main lineup. The guy's been playing awesome. The thing with Banchero, it always seems like, I mean, he's going to get you there, but it just seems like he's there between like that 30, 45 DK. I mean, it looks like his high 46 Georgia Tech early January. Before that, it was back in mid-November around Thanksgiving when he went 54 against who I don't even know who CIT is. So Banchero is going to get you there at 9K. He's probably going to get you 4 times your value, but maybe not more. But in play, of course, great player against Clemson. Anybody else that I love more? AJ Griffin. I mean, he's always liable to explode at $5,700. If his Keels is out, he's probably going to play 30 again. And then you got to make a decision on do you play Jeremy Roach now at 4-1? I think Roach is a core play. I mean, a cash play. Am I going to use him in cash? I probably think a couple other players I may like better, but definitely you can use him in cash. I mean, I'm probably wrong more. I'm right, but he's when you get a Jeremy Roach at 4,100, close to minimum price. Yeah, I mean, you almost have to use him. Playing a team like Duke, but you got guys like Banchero and Wendell Moore around him. I mean, that last game, I know I didn't play him. I ended up going to Terrence Shannon on Saturday, but Roach put up 24 DK points. And he took 10 shots. You can't ask for anything better than that. 9 assists. So I'm actually liking a little bit better more than I did earlier. So Jeremy Roach at 4,100, definitely considered a cash play. There's a couple other plays that's like better, like Shaquille Moore, but definitely consider Jeremy Roach if you're a Duke guy tonight in cash. Thank you, the Citadel. That's what it was. All right. So Banchero had his career game at the Citadel. All right. Next game we got is Rutgers, Maryland. Missed one. Villanova, DePaul. And I actually have some interest in this game. So we have DePaul shoving Villanova. Villanova is a 17.5-point favorite. DePaul's playing without JFL. Right now, Villanova was the number 13th ranked offense in the nation. DePaul doesn't play at a bad pace though at 54, while Villanova ranked 54. Though Villanova plays at a slow pace, but it's going to be a pace up. My big decision on this game, I'm not looking at too many people, anybody on DePaul in cash. I'm trying to decide on what I want, either Colin Gillespie or Justin Moore in my cash lineup. I've been on both of them all day. Gillespie, I'm a huge Gillespie guy. And if you go back to look at Gillespie's rates, Gillespie is like the ultimate cash player. I mean, right now, Villanova is running on all cylinders. I wrote that in my playbook. Big victory against Georgetown on the road Saturday. Colin actually was 2 points shy of his career high of 30 points. Yeah, but the thing is, he shot 6 of 9 3-pointers. He was just playing out that jump shot. He was taking everything you saw. He is probably, to me, one of the safest cash players on the slate. If you look at Gillespie, he's only gone under 25 DK points once this entire season. Now it's against an elite Baylor defense back on December 12th. So with Gillespie, his price never seems to go up. The problem is he has no ceiling. So his ceiling's about 30, 32. I mean, he had 40 points. But here's the thing. He had 40 points against the same DePaul team back on January 8th. So DePaul was a ceiling game. So I do like Gillespie at 7-8. His price has been around the same rate the whole season. To me, he's definitely a cash play. If you can't get to Gillespie, though, no problem going to his team at just Moore. Moore is a little bit cheaper. Moore is $7,200, so $600 less than Gillespie. Another guy like Colony plays 35 plus, big time usage guy. Really can't tell the difference between two of them. Depends on the money. If I had the money, I would go Colin. If not, I would go Justin Moore. I like both of them. Jermaine Samuels, I think, is a wild card here. Jermaine Samuels is $5,700. Last year, he was like a $7K player. So, and then look at Samuels now in his last couple of games. He has against Georgetown. He played 35 minutes, 35 DK points. The Georgetown game before that, 35 minutes, 35. No, never mind. I got a error there. So Georgetown, 35 minutes, 35 DK. And then against Marquette, 25 minutes, 22. Butler, 25 minutes, 21. So is Samuels back playing 30 minutes, or is he playing 25? If I knew Samuels was playing 30 minutes plus, I would probably have my line at $5,700 against the fall. Probably make more of a GPP play right now because we don't know the minutes. But once again, if I know he's playing 35, I'm all over Samuels tonight. He puts his price on $300. You know, he's going to it is a soft matchup. I don't know. He's borderline cash for me. Samuels actually $5,700. Not a bad play. So in this game, we're back. Just going back. Love Gillespie cash. Love Justin Moore cash. Samuels cash / GVP. Eric Dixon isn't bad at 5'3". His shot rate is not a bad shot rate. Caleb Daniels hasn't done much though, but at 4,100, take a chance. DePaul, I love David Jones. It's up to $8,900 now. So with JFL not playing, David Jones is going to get there. Now, I don't think I can pay $8,900 for David Jones, but if he's going to play 30 minutes, he's been putting up 44, 51 DK points. Usually at 30%, whereas last 5, and some of that's been without JFL. So David Jones, GBP play. There's other plays I'd rather pay up for $8,900, but don't sleep on him for GBPs. David Jones would be Paul. All right, next game is now we get to Maryland Rutgers. We have Maryland traveling to Jersey. Rutgers 3.5-point favorite. 132.5 over under. I like Rutgers in this matchup a lot. We've seen what they did to Maryland just a week ago. First of all, start with Ron Harper. I know Ron Harper is frustrating. I've been through this rodeo before with him where he's let me down in GBPs, let me down in cash games. But I'm probably going to go back to well with Ron Harper tonight. I'm probably going to live and die with the guy. He actually is. The last game against Maryland, Harper had his career high, 31 points. Yeah, he also shot 6 from 8 from the threes, but he had an awesome game. After that, though, he had decent game against Iowa, Minnesota. At Minnesota, not bad. I mean, Harper, to me, is an all-star. He's elite. His usage is around 24%. I'm all over Ron Harper tonight, $7,200. Bunch of guys. We all know how he gets killed by the interior, gets killed inside. So, do you play Clifford Omarai? Fit 6,300. His price is a little high. If he was 5,500, I would be locking him 100%. I still know you can definitely play him. We see when he did to Iowa. We see what he did to Maryland. In the Maryland game before that, he put up 26 DK, 10 rebounds. I think you could do a lot worse than Cliff O here at $6,300 in cash or GVPs. The problem is I don't want a whole lineup of all Rutgers, even though I do like Rutgers tonight. So I know there's some people here in this chat that are watching that are all over Rutgers and all over Cliff O. So definitely you can put him in your cash lineups. To me, cash GBP. If I'm making 2 or 3 lineups, he's definitely in one of them. Then you get down to Paul Mulcahy, Caleb McConnell. I think Mulcahy's pretty close to a core play at $5,100. I mean, I was looking at his logs a little while ago. Some of this may come down to, do you play Mulcahy or JD Davidson from Bama? Mulcahy, his last 3, 25 DK, 22 DK, 31 DK. Yeah, against Penn State, you only had 14. I don't know what happened there. He played 33 minutes. But against Nebraska, 31. Mulcahy, though, as an assist sponsor, is averaging 6 assists a game. I don't have his rates up here in front of me, but I know he's got a decent assist rate. So If you don't like Davidson, Alabama, you can definitely like Paul Mulcahy. I've been going back and forth whether I can play Mulcahy and Collin, or J.D. Davidson and Moore. To me, it's a really tough decision. One of my lineups. So you want definitely a piece of Rutgers in your main lineup tonight, in my opinion, against this Maryland team. It's bad. I'm not looking at anybody at Maryland. And don't sleep on Geo Baker. His price is up to $5,700. But we all know Geo Baker's a stud. Geo Baker's a player, so you want to be different. With some leverage and GPPs. Run Geo Baker out there for these $5,700 for Rutgers. All right, like this game, like Rutgers at home. But I think it was last year we did see this, though. I think Rutgers did beat Maryland on the road, and then they lost them at home. But once again, it's a different season. Ron Harper's still there. It seems like he's been here forever. But once again, I'm all Ron Harper tonight. All right, next game we're looking at Kansas State, Baylor. We're not going to spend too much time in this game. There's not much. It's more of a better real life. Well, probably just it's Baylor. Baylor's at home, favored by 14. Number 14 offense in the nation, number 7 defense in the nation against Kansas State. There is some players I don't mind, but Marcus Noel, 6,900. But actually, I just talked to somebody before. And we're talking about that. His splits are not that great, but man, this guy's got a good assist rate. He plays minutes. I like him definitely. I'd rather play him than Nigel Pack at $7,100, but GPP play. The guys on Baylor. I don't mess with Baylor in cash, but I do like this kid Kendall Brown at $5,700. I think Kendall Brown, the kid's a stud. I think he's definitely. If I'm going to play one guy from Baylor, I had no problem throwing Kendall Brown in that lineup at that cheap price. I think it's too cheap. I think the kid's gonna be a stud. He played that game against Oklahoma, did really well, so he may follow it up and keep it going here. So I would play him if I'm making more like say 3 or 4 lineups for GBPs. But this game is more or less a real life game, not DFS game. All right, Auburn, Missouri. Auburn's traveling. They're in Missouri. The 13-point road favorites. Number 24 offense in the country. This is number 1 team now. Missouri, terrible defense. Missouri's a terrible team. I mean, is this how much of a blowout it's going to be? I think it's going to be more than 13 points. My thing here in this game is Jabari Smith. Jabari Smith at 7K is a lock. He's a core play for me, a cash play. This is the lowest Jabari's been, I think, all season. His first game opened up in early November at 9.7. Now he's down to 7K. It's not because he's a bad player. So he's not going to get, especially with minutes, and especially this game is probably going to be a blowout. He's not going to see 35, 40 minutes. But I think Smith is going to get enough done in his 25 minutes where he's going to crush value at 7K. I'm assuming I could see him getting 5 times value, at least at 35, say 35 DK points. The guy's got 25.4 usage, 27.4 shot rate, 22.8 defensive rebounding rate. Probably going to be chalky, but Jabari Smith is my cash lineup as a core play at 7K. Walker Kessler running back maybe as a pivot play and GPPs, $8,800. I mean, his price is up now, but hey, he's earned it. He's having a great season. He's probably going to score more than Jabari in this game, but he's also $1,800 more. So to me, Jabari Smith's a cash play. Roll him out there. I like Alan Flanagan. He's going to probably be very low owned at $4,100. He's definitely. I mean, if you look at Flanagan's rates right now, there's nothing to rate home about. I mean, they're actually pretty shitty, but he's going to break out one of these games. He's still like the leader of his team. He's played 31 minutes, 24 minutes, and 29 minutes, and he's this slow where eventually he's going to go off, and this could be the game against Missouri. So don't sleep on Flanagan. I'm saying play him in cash, but Alan Flanagan definitely could be a play that's going to rock everybody tonight. And if you're playing, say, 3 lineups, I would probably play Flanagan as one of my value plays. Sneaky play tonight. He's gonna be low owned. Anybody else? I'm not messing with Kobe Brown because he's going up against Kessler. But Brown always, Brown's a talented player, could always do well. GBP only. I'm just not gonna mess with him against Kessler and cash. That's it for that game. Now we're getting to. I know I'm going fast here, but Kentucky, Mississippi State. Actually. Now we're like halfway through. Has there been any news out yet? Have we seen anything yet in any of these plays? Probably not, right? Because only the first game's at 6:30. There's only one game. Oh, no, we do have something. So Kofi Cockburn and Andre Curbelo are not yet warming up, but it's early pregame. Nothing official yet. And they're saying that this is coming from Jeremy Warner. Warner's the beat, I think, right? Warner's from 24/7, so I do respect that. They do say Cockburn was usually one of the last ones out in the court, but everybody at the Illini is warming up right now, but Cockburn and Curbelo. So right now, it looks like Cockburn, Kofi is trending out along with Curbelo. All right, so there's some news. All right, so the Mississippi State game. Right now, it looks like the latest we have is Ty is out. So first time in Kentucky. If Ty is out, which you know it is, it's definitely a bump up to Davion Mintz, $4,100. He's the same price as some of these other guys you mentioned. And we're going to, in the same game, you have Shaquille Moore. We're going to get to him, Davion Mintz, and Roach. You can't play them all. You got to make decisions here. But Mintz at $4,100, no Ty. I think he's going to see 35 minutes. Definitely in play. Probably me may end up in my top lineup. Kellen Grady, $5,100. Not bad because Grady's going to probably play over 30. But anybody else beside Wheeler, $6,600 without Ty, his production is going to go up. This may be Wheeler's cheapest rates of the season. Price at 66. Yeah, he was $7K last game, 7.4, 7.2, 7.7. It is. This is his lowest rates. He was in the 8s. Interesting. So Sabir Wheeler at 6.6 is in play, especially with that assist rate. His usage is up over 24%. Another sneaky play. I don't think Wheeler's going to be that high owned. If anywhere, they're going to probably go down toward the Mintz play, which I may at 4,100 because I'm a chalk idiot. But don't sleep on Wheeler. And then Oscar T, $9,300. Oscar T is a core play. I think $9,300 is too cheap, especially with Ty out. There's more usage going to open up. This guy has scored. Oscar has been in double-digit rebounds every game but 2 this season, averaging 18 points, 14 rebounds, 34 minutes a game. He's going to get rebounds no matter what. I don't care who he's going against. I don't care if it's Garrison Brooks, Iverson Molinar, anything. He's going to get his. Oscar T as a core play at $9,300. So right now, my 2 big core plays are Oscar T and Jabari Smith of Auburn. Going to Mississippi State side, I don't mind Garrison Brooks and GBPs. Because Tolu Smith is out. He's still missing time. I like Iverson Molinar. 8.6 though was a little bit high. GPP though. I'm not sure if it's kind of a tough matchup here against Kentucky. If anybody, I love Shaquille Moore at $4,100. Shaquille Moore is too good to be $4,100, especially when he's getting 30 minutes. Now I played in the last game. He did well for me. His last 3, he's played 32 minutes, 34 and 26. 24 DK, 23, and 29. So he's probably going to get you at least 25 plus DK points. He's going to score some points for you. He's not a huge. He had seven assists last game against Ole Miss. So Shaquille Moore, I have him core right now as my top value, and he probably stay that way. So I actually have 2 core players in that game. Shaquille Moore at 4-1, my core value, and then Oscar T is my top overall play at 9.3. Jay Kearney's asked, probably around 20% ownership. Is that what you're seeing? Interesting. I thought it'd be lower. And yes, Walter, I do know you're one of them that was on that play. So now I'm off track. What do we got? Who's the next team? Texas TCU. They're playing TCU. Texas 2.5-point favorite. 122.5 over under. Texas, really good defense, 6th ranked defense in the country. Actually, TCU, I have the 12th ranked defense in the country. So, we playing anybody for this game? And DFS? Absolutely not. I'm a huge Timmy Allen guy. Anybody that knows me from college DFS knows I'm a huge Timmy Allen guy. But I can't play any of these Texas guys especially against TCU. You never know. You know he gets 30 minutes. I can't play him right now. Anyone possibly, and this is for GBP only, is Trey Mitchell is way too cheap what's Trey Mitchell, $3,400. Now Trey's still not playing 30 minutes, I think he's playing like mid-20, like 24. Last game, 24 against Oklahoma State. Put up 20 DK points. Before that, 11. But he's also he was out. So Mitchell is playing more. $3,400. I mean, Trey Mitchell's way too good for $3,400. You know, it only takes you. It's only going to take not much to make value. He's getting a couple steals. When he's on actually his usage, his last 5 games, his usage is 31%. So let's see if it comes down to a question. It's a good question. Maybe somebody in chat could even help me. Trey Mitchell playing 25 minutes, $3,400. He's playing when he's on the floor, 30% usage. Or to go the BBV guy from Maryland, from Illinois with Kofi out. Both around the same place. Interesting point. I'm not in love with BBV. I just love the guy that's going to play and is going to get minutes, make some rebounds. But Trey Mitchell also, man, you can see that usage. He's playing 25 minutes now. He's probably going to whoop one of his games. I think Mitchell's actually in play. Could actually play Trey Mitchell in cash probably. So throw Mitchell in your little cash bucket if you're making cash plays. All right, so that's it. Nobody else in this game. 2 more games left. Then we got the last game. We got Colorado-Oregon game. At home, Oregon's at home, 8-point favorites. Another game, 136.5. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't have much interest in this game. I do have interest in Jacob Young at 5'3". I think Jacob Young's not a bad. I'm a Jacob Young guy. So I'm not playing him in the main lineup. If I'm playing a couple of them, I don't mind Young. Look at his last couple of games. He played against the Huskies, 30 minutes, 23 DK points. Against USC, 34 minutes, 16. Then he had a couple of games where he had 30, 28 points, DK points. I don't mind Jacob Young sitting at $5,300 when he's getting 30 minutes a game for Oregon. I really don't have much interest anywhere else in this game, especially if I'm making like 2 or 3 lineups. No, not at all. Young's probably the best player I like here. We all know about Evan Batty. What he can do every now and then. He's got decent rates. If I'm not paying $5,400, if anything, I would go to Jacob Young. All right, now we get to the hammer game, the last game of the night. I'm struggling with this. I probably want somebody in this game. Arizona at UCLA, 11 p.m. I hate this because it's a late standalone game. You never know what's going to happen. But 2 great teams, a marquee game for Arizona. It's like, it's the game of the year so far. Arizona, number 3 offense in the nation, number 3 defense, number 3 pace team. Then you got UCLA, number 17 offense. It's going to be a good game. Big question right now, and it's the problem when it's a late start, is the latest that we have from Zolas Tubelis is we got a tweet at 4:00 Eastern. Tubelis' left ankle looks like he's got some extra protection, but otherwise he appears to be on track to return tonight, and that's from Brian Peterson. Brian Peterson runs the AZ Desert Swarm site. So we got like 2,000 followers, but it's the most news we've had all day. If Tube does play, you got to downgrade some of these guys, definitely. But it's a tough one, man, because I want a piece of this game, but if most of my lineups I'm making are not going toward there. So first of all, looking at Arizona, but they're all in play. Koloko, $100. If Tube is out, Koloko definitely, once again, has monster upside. We use him on Sunday. You can play him. Benny Matt, 70K. I think it's Benny Matt's. I think it's his low watermark of the season for price. I think I put that in my playbook. But we know Benny Matt likes to come out and in showtime, like to show off. This is a big game for him. Definitely in play for cash. If Tube does play, you got to downgrade. The problem is we won't know if Tube's going to play at probably 10:30. And same thing with Pell Larson. Larson at $3,700, great value. If Tube plays, I got to downgrade Larson also. We saw Larson foul out last game. I played him. Still not a bad play at that price. I've never been a huge Larson guy, but when you got Larson playing, 30 minutes, like he did against Stanford, he put up 33 DK points because he shot 6 assists, 3 blocks. But then we saw him getting foul trouble, 4 fouls against Cal, and only ended up with 16 points. So Pelly Larson, though, is put in play because of his price. I can't see going him in cash, but I know some people that are. And that's it for Arizona. It all depends on Tube. If Tube is out, you can put Math in your main lineup, even possibly Coloco. If Tube is in, to me, they become more borderline cash, more GVP plays. But you can't dispute this Benny Math's price at 7K. Great price, best price of the year. Arizona's UCLA side. I can't get UCLA right, but you got 3 guys. My top play is probably going to be Jamie Jacquez at 6,400. Too low of a price for him. Last 2 games since he's been back, he's played, I think, over 30 points. I think he's played over 30 minutes. I don't know why I can't find him now. But Jack, if you're going to play anybody from Cash's game, I would probably play Jamie Jack because he could get you 30 DK points, especially in his pace-up game tonight. 6,400 is too cheap for him. So he's been an 8K player all season up until 2 games ago against Utah and Colorado. So he's still a decent games. So if you want to hammer, to me, it's Jack was at $6,400. I do know. I mean, you can also play Johnny Juzang. He's going to get you almost 40 minutes. Big, once again, big time player. With all the lights on him, the lights are shining on him. His shot rate is 29%. Everything's up right now. He's a play. He's more of a pivot play, and if you're making an alternate, a second lineup. I want to have Juzang in my top lineup, even though he could crush, but he's more of a pivot play. Great contrarian play for GPPs. So anybody in this game, I'm probably playing a cash. Would probably be Jamie Jack at $6,400. And possibly a Benny Matherin at 7K or a Cloco at 7.8 if Tube is out. All right, that's our games. I did that in like 30 minutes. Buzz through there. So if you guys have any questions right now, just to go through, I mean, pretty much just looking at my top plays, my top guards, either Colin Gillespie slash Moore. If you can't get to Gillespie, I would go to Moore, but I want one in my main lineup tonight for Villanova. I love Ron Harper Jr. He's probably Jr. coming off his career game last week ago against Maryland. Can go with him again tonight. He is risky, and we've been there before. Harper, he's let us down, but I still think he's a great play tonight. One of my top guards. And then I did rate up Benedict Matherin, but probably the tubeless plays and downgrade him a little bit, but still at 7K. You could definitely nuke the slate. Big time game. The lights are shining on him. Still in play. My top guard values for guard are J.D. Davidson, either J.D. Davidson or Mulcahy. I'm leaning Mulcahy a little bit right now, but both in play. Then Shaquille Moore. Shaquille Moore is my core value play at guard. I love Moore, especially with Tolu Smith out. He's playing 30+ minutes. I'm locking in my main lineup. Then you got Jeremy Roach, great play. We talked about Chase Hunter from Clemson playing 30 minutes starting. Could be a great play. Then you got Davion Mintz at 4,100, especially now with Ty out against the worst defense in the SEC. Boom. So what Kofi and Kerbel are out, confirmed out. Thank you, Walter. So yeah, now as we're going forward, my question is, do I play BBV? I just think this guy is too cheap at 3K. He's going to get more than 1 rebound unless he gets 2 fouls in the first 2 minutes. But he should make 15 DK points and pay off 5K salary. So BBB does become a top value at 4 tonight in cash. I'm not playing this guy in GBPs. Jay Kearney was asking about Jalen Terry tonight. Good question, because it's only $4,100. It's $4,900 for DePaul, right? So yeah, I know I went through DePaul pretty quick. If you guys, let me see his last 2 games, 34 minutes, 35 minutes without JFL. Yeah, I guess Terry, if you really like him, his last 24 DK, 25 DK, 35 DK. Remember once again against Villanova, though. Villanova's a tough defense. But once again, you got a guy $4,900 playing 30 minutes, making his shots. I mean, I don't think it's a cash play. But I think you asked for GVP, but yeah, definitely play GVP. There goes my headphones. Yeah, so Going forward, he's my favorite. Oscar T and Jabari Smith are both core plays. I did read up Braylon Bridges. I think Braylon Bridges is a great play, but more of a GBP play. Banchero is a great play, but I'm all about Oscar T. You're not going to be able to get Banchero in if you're playing Jabari Smith and Oscar. And I love Wendell Smith as long as we know Keels is out. If Keels is out, I'm probably playing. I mean, Wendell Moore in my main lineup. Anybody else? I talked about BBV for Illinois as my top value play, cash only because of the price. And that's pretty much it. I like Jermaine Samuels as a sneaky play at 5.7. I think he's been playing really well. Trey Mitchell at 3.4. We mentioned it. Another one is Noah Gurley. Noah Gurley at 3.1. So you can play him at GPs for Bama. And that's pretty much it. I think we are set it. Unless you guys have any questions. If you have any questions, we have 15 minutes to lock. There's only one game, so you can get, if you're planning to play want to play from the Bama game, get them in there. Then you can have time to message your lineup after that. If not, good luck. We'll be back tomorrow. I wish I knew what time the slate started. I keep thinking slate started at 7. I got screwed tonight, but started at 6:30. But we'll be back tomorrow for a live stream on YouTube. So, Jay Curry, can we fade Davidson? I don't think Davidson's a must play. I may fade him. I know there's some people are playing him through in GBPs. Yeah, you can pay him GBPs, definitely. You can pay anybody GBPs, but to me, I'm making a decision. I'm okay or Davidson in my main. It just came out. Trevor Keels won't play on Tuesday. So to me, upgrade to Wendell Moore. Boom. Upgrade to Jeremy Roach. Boom. So we know Keels, which we thought was going to happen anyways, but Keels is out. That just came out just now. All right, guys. And I didn't even look in the general room. So if there's any questions, but thank you for joining. Walter, thank you for the news, updated news on Kofi and Corbella. I love having guys in the given news. I don't have time to look at it. And go, okay, buddy. See you guys tomorrow. Peace. Thank you, Mickey, my producer. Thanks, Mick.